718. I didn't do a car today this morning because I had other stuff going on, and visibility is still real low, so I'm not real pressed to do it. If visibility was like how it used to be, then I'd make sure I get up and do it, and I will try and get more consistent with it. But the day ain't over, and it's been a telltale day. Merc Retro did kick in at 12:45 a.m. Eastern. So even though everybody was saying Merc Retro started yesterday, it really started at the beginning of this day. And it's doing what it normally do. Electronics messing up, communication messing up. But again, what I've always told you, at least for the last 9 years, is you have to become bigger than the signs. You have to become bigger than these retrogrades. You can see what they're doing. You can see where the energy wants you. What's up, man? You can see where the energy wants you, but it's your choice on whether you give in. You can see where something is heading south, but you don't have to pack up and go with it. So I'm not going to use my cards today. I'm going to use these wholeness and thank you. These divination of the ancients. So real quick word about 718, since we're still going through it. And again, my number system 7 directly with the tarot, the journey. 18 directly with the tarot, the moon card. The journey is towards the moon. Shoot for the moon. The moon will show you lunacy. The moon is the ruler of our emotions. The moon influences the emotional field of the planet more than anything else. I don't care what you say. So the journey is towards what's got my emotions. And again, think about what you said about with Merc Retro and everything else going on. Something can pull or push on you, but it's your choice to move. It's hard for some of y'all, and y'all might want to get better about it. Just because something wants your energy does not mean that you have to give in. Side note, just because your mind is telling you what something is does not mean that you have to latch onto it. And I'm speaking in the sense of psychosis. I'm speaking in the sense to where every thought that comes in your head does not have to be given validity. And only you can tell your tale at the end of the day. So this is not me judging you. This is just me telling you as an observer and as somebody with experience with this shit. Just because that thought came in your head don't mean that you need to entertain it. Especially if the thought that you're now entertaining has to be linked into another thought that you got to entertain versus another thought that you got to entertain. And here's the kicker. They all still leave you struggling. That is the first sign to where you need to start paying attention to where what you're investing in might be a trick. It is only designed to keep pulling you apart as you chase it, trying to find a way to hold yourself together. So that's where you hear me speak on psychosis. If the first thing you're paying attention to that sounds fantastic in your mind, and that must be the smoking gun, but it's only got your ass going on more journeys than the last shit that you just left, slow the fuck down. 7 plus 18, 25. Hi, 2025, 25. Man, y'all better leave them rabbit holes alone. As a conspiracy theorist, y'all better leave them rabbit holes alone. They're filled with poop. They really are. But like I was saying, 7, 18, 25. 25 in my number system is you are connected to what's got you moved. If you are not safe in yourself, you're going to find something. Ooh, you're going to find something to move you. 25 in my cards is the Queen of Fire. It's the Queen of Fire, always fit for a fight. That is one of the most dangerous things that we have going on out here, is where just because you're successful at going into battle don't mean that you need to show up for every war. Some of y'all would do well to learn that. Everything don't deserve your energy. Everything is not a fight. Everything does not need you to fight with or for it. Sit your punk ass down and be still. Why? 2 plus 5, 7. You're going to end up right back at that first 7 I was telling you about. What's your journey? My personal number system, 7, is your possibilities and probabilities of how you're going to find yourself without a condition. Think about everything I just said. Everything got you moved. Everything got you ready to fight. Everything moving your mind. This is what it is. This is what it's got to be. I know the truth. And you still out here batshit crazy. I'll go that far and say that. Some of y'all out here batshit crazy than a motherfucker. And you can probably look at me and say, it's the same way with you. Now, you got to let your life tell your tale. You won't see me sitting in the corner listening to Mary J. Blige with a glass of red wine, crying and shit like that. Sorry, just don't happen here. Not trying to be funny. Look at the shit and figure out whether it's worth your energy. Some of y'all look at that shit, and because you don't know your worth, you give your energy. I'll say that again for you. Some of you don't know your worth, so everything that you look at, you give your energy because you think it's worth it. Or you think that's how you're going to find better definition for yourself. Knowledge will get you fucked up. I'll say it. So 718, what we were dealing with today is where people are journeying towards whatever the best field of emotion. The problem with that word field, remember, you had to pay attention. In this July that we're dealing with, you got to understand everything's a fucking spell. Field, F-I-E-L-D, a playground, or field, F-I-L-L-E-D, something that has content. You understand that? Some of y'all are so filled with bullshit right now that you are the field of bull that's getting shitted on. Resonance only, motherfuckers. Sorry. So 718 is just showing you, holy shit, you keep chasing your emotions. Why? What does this sacred clown always tell you? Sit your punk ass down and be still. You keep chasing everything that's placed in front of you because you're scared of stillness. Everything is moving you, and you're going to lie and say it's pulling you apart because you have not invested in holding yourself together. You're trying to use some bullshit ideology, some bullshit methodology, some bullshit tradition, some bullshit belief from the same field of shit that was filled with shit that shitted on you. If you will not disengage from everything that you think you know so that you can see what's really there, the only thing you're going to keep on running into is the same shit that you want to stop knowing. So 718, where you are only chasing your emotions because you're scared to release. I might be a motherfucking psychic. Phrenology, certainty, your mind. Your mind is already captured. Your mind is already captured by everything I just got through saying. Your mind is already captured by what you think you already know and what has already got you in states of overwhelm, that you try and use it as a way to get out of the overwhelm. This is something I spoke on, and I realized at the beginning of the year, really late last year, but it became a real reality where it's a lot of people you always hear me talk about traumas and trauma response. A lot of people are operating out of muscle memory. You are operating out of muscle memory of where you have been performing these tasks so long that now the parameters have changed. So the body goes into states of agitation. The same stress and strength, the same stress and pressure that has pressurized you has now let up, and the body don't know what to do. The mind don't know what to do. So it seeks to create balance where there already was none. You only had balance with the same shit that had you fucked up, and now that there's an opportunity to not be so fucked up, you look to be fucked up so that you can figure it out. That's this right here. That's that phrenology of trying to map my mind to figure out what's going on to make it function this way. No, maybe you need to honor that it does not need to function that way anymore. Maybe it really is at a point of change. And guess what? If I don't embrace change, change won't embrace me. So the 718 was the mapping of your mind. Why 25? Again, like I told you, it's my Oya card, the Queen of Fire. It is the influence over what's got my energy. That's that muscle memory. What has my energy if the only thing that has my energy is my traumas, but yet I'm trying to be trauma free? It's a fool's errand. If I no longer honor my traumas and I understand that I already am free and I just need to stay out of that mind trap, that muscle memory, then it's on me. So this is a duality. That 25 is you're either going to be guided by your need to stay whole, or you're going to be tricked by your need to stay safe. Here is wholeness, where them traumas don't know me. I don't owe them traumas a damn thing, and they don't owe me nothing else. You know how y'all go on a vacation? Ooh, the Bahamas don't owe me nothing. You know what? Your traumas don't owe you nothing either. That shit already, I had a time. All that good, bad, and all the other shit you put in there, that's on you. I had an experience. That shit's over with. I don't owe it nothing. It don't owe me nothing. So here is recognition of energy and release. Footprints, direction. Where do I go now? It don't owe me nothing. Where do I go now? Wherever I choose. You want to know why? Because when I look on the ground, ain't but motherfucking 2 feet. You can lie to yourself all damn day long. And I'm not trying to be funny or disrespectful. This is to include your ancestors, your Orisas, your God, your demons, your angels, your spirit guides, your aliens, your entities. I don't give a fuck what you mentally tell yourself you're embracing in. If you take 2 steps on the ground, I bet you there'll only be your fucking 2 feet that you can verify. You can sell your energy. You can sell your energy into praise and admiration or worship all damn day long of what you think is helping you. But the strongest 2 force that you can verify was Tom and Jerry. Your left foot and your right foot. No disrespect if you're disabled. And then amputees and shit. You understand what I'm saying? So the only thing that I can verify that made these motions and gave me positive direction in my life was my choices. Everything else I sell my energy to after that, that's on me. That's that muscle memory bullshit. If I want to deal with my wholeness, then I have to be the primary force of direction in my life. Who got my will? W-H-E-E-L and W-I-L-L. Who got my will? Me. Something else want to help me and guide me and give me tips and watch out for me? Nah, I'ma motherfucking stay. If you ain't gonna help me, nah, I'ma motherfucking go. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna still be here and do what I gotta do. That scares a lot of you. There's got to be something greater. You already sold yourself. You're on a journey into an emotional field where you already told yourself, I have to be less in order to become more. Make it make sense. So the first problem is, if you are embracing wholeness, direction shows you everything. Which way am I going? Definitely forward and not backwards. Remember I told you muscle memory? This muscle memory point is that yo-yo effect, the field of infinity. You're going back and forth, cyclic thinking, cyclic existence. So here's the other side of that 25 where you are being tricked into including what got you fucked is how you get fucked free. You get fucked for free. The Ouija board, caution. As somebody who uses a Ouija board a lot of time in seances and shits like that, I honor that. You can talk to a lot of spirits, but I honor that too. You can have conversations on a Ouija board or in a meditation session or in a tarot reading with spirits that come to caution you and give you guidance. But think about what I just got through telling you. If you let their guidance become stronger than what you are already aware of how to guide yourself, subservience, enslavement, reduction. You're a motherfucking NPC, and I talked about that yesterday. You're not the main player. You just in the greatest story ever told. But it ain't your own, because somebody else is already guiding your movements. What was this about? What was this about? You better guide your movements. You can go and perform Igbo or worship and give your tithes and pray to master. I don't give a fuck what you do. Really, I don't. You can sell your motherfucking soul to whoever. And at the end of the day, if they are not giving you proper guidance to enhance your directions, you've been tricked. And like you'll hear me say, and I think I posted about it the other day, I think yesterday, a lot of people are in contact with what they call entities, but they're only the shadow sides of their own self. My ancestors don't play about me. Why? Why you say your ancestors don't play about you? Because they always fucking somebody up. Then your ancestors weak as fuck. If your ancestors have not guided you to the point to telling you, hey, caution, stop dealing with these boo-boo fools out here, so we got to keep protecting you. But no, they ready for a fight. They ain't grew up either. They just as traumatized in the next realm as they were in this one. Maybe it's not your ancestors and maybe it's you. In further separation of your own psyche, guiding yourself further into more separation. Why? Because you fit for a motherfucking fight. You are filled with bullshit and you are bullshitting yourself by thinking that the guidance that you get to tell you, yeah, girl, put them in a jar. Do all this other stuff. Yeah, man, get out here and act like a YN and all this other stuff. You think that guidance that tells you to keep on producing more turmoil is really guidance that's designed for you? Or is it the guidance that you are emotionally accepting for yourself because you ain't ready to be free? The mappings of your mind. The mappings of your mind will help you have proper direction, But if you are going to the broke up parts of your mind, another thing I tell you, everything is you in reflection of your healing or your wholeness. Everything is you in reflection of your healing or your wholeness. Until you learn which one is which, you'll forever be tricked by that which guides you. This is communication. A Ouija board is nothing but a communication device. You motherfuckers get scared. Zo, throw it away. Because you're energetically weak. You have zero understanding of what energy is and the potential of what it can become. And you buy into the weakness and foolishness of everybody else who hides your energy from you. But you keep going to them to get the truth. Huh? I want to know who I am. I'll tell you, but hey, ain't you the same motherfucker who hid me from me? Shh. Forgive me. Now you're on that last 7. You go to what's got you fucked up is what's going to get you fuck free. Ta-da! Change in reverse. And I already told that. I already told you that. If you don't embrace change, change won't embrace you. This is the I Ching. No, this is, hell no, you don't need no I Ching. You don't need no I Ching. You don't need no tarot. You don't need no motherfucking divination. You don't need to be a psychic. You don't need to be an empath. INFJ, ABCD, EFD. You don't need to be none of that shit. You just need to figure out who the fuck you are. You just need to be you and figure out what the fuck is pulling you apart. And I guarantee you, along your path, you'll realize some of them labels that you keep tapping yourself into. I'm chosen. I'm not going to do that to you because I don't think I would play that chosen game. But at some points, I played those games too. Fucking dragon, sexual vampire, sacred whore, motherfucking genie, master manipulator, labeled as a wizard, labeled as all kind of other shit. And I kept realizing eventually as I got hurt further back into the wholeness of myself, which is a misnomer. You don't get back further into the wholeness of yourself. You realize that you were never broken. But as I realized I was never broken, all those labels and parts that I played start to fall apart. Why? Because they were muscle memories. Energy dumping points on how to tell myself how to be me by figuring out how to be them. Changing who I authentically am, not was, dirty words are spells. Changing authentically what I am into the possibilities, motherfuckers ain't paying attention. The possibilities and probabilities of what I can become. What did I tell you 7 was? In my number system, and you can look it up. Look up Hill's numerology. Look up Hill's number system. Number 7 says possibilities and probabilities of how to find myself without a condition. But what I've just got through telling you is you're telling yourself how to find wholeness by using the limits of separation. Huh? You trying to use what had already pulled your mind apart as how to hold your mind together. Because once you realize yourself in wholeness, then you realize everything that denoted yourself in a variation of separation was a part of the mapping to pull you apart. You won't need to be chosen, an Anunnaki, a 144, a Hebrew, a Israelite, a witch, a this, a that, the other. You'll just be fucking you. Because you'll realize them last 2 words. The only person fucking me was me. Holy shit. I was fucking me. Why? Giving my energy into everything that I got taught and told and shown as a path of becoming who I am supposed to be when it was taking me from what I'm already am. Resonance only, motherfuckers, because until you can hear, you stay here. And until you can get here, you can't hear. But I digress. Again, like I keep saying, you gotta let your life tell your tale. So for today, basically that's all it was. You gotta map your mind and figure out who's moving your feet and which guidance you taking and why you so scared to change. And again, I tell you this all the time too. What you see in this mundane realm on lower levels, like let's just say in government and relationships and shit like that, is only a reflection of what's going on the deeper recesses of yourself under the perception of separation. You see motherfuckers out here who won't change even when they're presented. Something I was going to post earlier, but fuck that shit. Everything's a distraction right now. You have to understand that. That Epstein shit is a distraction from other shit that is a distraction from other shit. There is deeper shit going on than these orange motherfuckers out here lying about the lies that they keep saying ain't a lie, but we know it's a truth. It won't change a damn thing anyway. And y'all got to realize that even if they do eventually, after they get through running y'all like fucking rabbits down a bunch of more rabbit holes, come up with the Epstein list, they ain't going to do nothing but absolve him anyway. They've already shown you that in this country, the law don't matter. It is only the court of opinion and the color of the law that the judge will allow. So who gives a fuck about the Epstein list? What else are you hiding? And at the end of the day, the whole problem that I keep telling you, spoken as a human, the whole problem is if you keep allowing them to hide shit, you're fucked. If you know your government is into hiding shit from you, that is a clear admission that they are not pro-you. They are pro-self. That no longer gives them the authority to be your government. But again, motherfuckers scared of change. So we operate out of allowance. And when you don't have any more currency, energy left over because all your allowance, your money, your funds, your peace, your health, your sanity, your wealth has been given away to that which was supposed to protect you, you ain't protecting yourself. So that happens daily. And that's the whole problem is you motherfuckers can see what's going on, but the sick motherfuckers will keep on lying to themselves about it being truth. And those who recognize it as truth will keep lying about themselves, about keeping giving everybody else the space to keep lying. Try that shit in your relationship. Hey, baby, I know I've been out for 3 weeks and I came home, but I just want to tell you I fell asleep. Okay. Hell no. Half of you motherfuckers will be on the news. Oh, you playing in my face. They playing in our face. And you ain't doing shit. So, shh. Miss me about what Day doing when Day fucking us all over. The fuck? So, Leo season. The fuck? Leo season. Leo represents the ego. The energy that is being generated and operating through the experience. Leo represents the sun. The sun does what? Give life to everything in this realm. What's giving life to everything in this realm is everything I just got through telling you. If you give a motherfucker a chance to harm you, you've already said your life ain't worth shit. What's going on? So if you keep on allowing them in this Leo season, this is going to be personal. This is going to be governmental. This is going to be on higher things. This is going to be on higher things. Like I said, if you keep giving life to that which has never came and saved your life, but you keep on banking on it, you the fool. You are the fool. If you can only keep on, I wish the cards were still in here, phrenology. If you can only keep on using the mappings of your mind, but your mind is already not wired right, don't expect your answer to be real. Don't. Sorry. Leo season. You're going to keep on giving the same power to the same shit that we probably should be letting go of, but you ain't ready to be free. You ain't ready to be free because you've already hired a master. And a person that hires a master already signs a contract with wanting to be a slave. So if they are already wanting to be a slave, remember, the main thing about a virus or a parasite is that it needs to infect others so it does not feel alone within itself. That is the basis of almost any parasitic function in going to nature. The parasite's main function is replication. Somebody with a parasitic mind mapping, their main function is replication. If you don't think like I think, you are fucked. Even though I'm fucked because I'm not free. I have a master, but I'm free. Make it fucking make sense. Because here's the thing, and I've always challenged people with this for well over 15 years. If you as a parent would watch your child stay in harm, you ain't a good parent at all. If you as a master, let's go even further. If you as a master will allow your slave to be harmed, you ain't a good master. Unless you just got unlimited motherfucking energy. What's one slave when I got millions more who will die for me? Remember I told you, what's one slave when I got millions more who will die for me? Remember I told you, we seeing it play out on different levels. Look at your orange carrot. He's ready to throw some of his own people under the bus because he know he has plenty more. The motherfucker told y'all that back in the 80s. He told y'all that back in the 80s. A lot of y'all are not even old enough to remember that, though. But back in the 80s, that motherfucker had an interview and said, if I ever decide to run, I'd be a Republican because they don't read, they don't write, and it's stupid. All you got to do is tell them something and they'll believe it. And that's no disrespect to anybody, but that was the motherfucker already knew the plan decades before he became a politician. And it's common sense. And it ain't just political parties, it's mindsets. A person who is not authorized to think for themselves, but all they keep on doing is throwing fucking fake ass scriptures at you, they're fucked. A person who cannot think for themselves and cannot honor real-time research that says that what you invested in has been created for you to invest in so that you no longer can invest in yourself, them motherfuckers will fight tooth and nail to stay enslaved. That is what this Leo season is going to show you. More of that bullshit right there. It's going to show you where people don't want power. They just don't want to feel powerless. And that is a masochistic sadist function where you're so used, basically Munchausen by proxy. You done fell so deep in love with that which has abused you that you will now willingly abuse yourself and seek to abuse anybody else that wants to get free. Make it fucking make sense. So when you get here in this Leo season, you're going to see where people are going to turn even further on each other because they now have lost the security that they lied to. Keyword, lied to within themselves. You're going to see people, and I talked about this last year and it's been happening. I told you every couple years you have a mass exodus from religion because people realize that it's bullshit, and that's all religions. I don't give a fuck what your religion is. It's an ideology of man on telling man how to become divinity. So then once they realize that it's bullshit, and then they start trying to find their own personal divinity through spirituality and things like that. But they take that same stupid ass mindset that had them trapped in those religious formats into those spiritual formats. Like I was talking about earlier, they try and take what got them fucked up into a field where you're supposed to be learning how to unfuck yourself, and then they get mad when they can't unfuck themselves because the only parameters they use is what's already got them fucked up and indoctrinated. You can remember the first card, and was phrenology, the mind. What have I been telling y'all since about 2012? The mind is a program, therefore it is highly programmable. What did Trump tell you? The mind is a program, therefore it's highly programmable. What does Trump show you? And it's not just about him, but I'm just saying, common example. That motherfucker can get on there and say, the sky is yellow. You know what, Bubba? You're goddamn right. And motherfuckers will follow along. Wisdom for this troubled soul there. Wisdom in this realm is advanced knowledge. I knew Mickey Mouse was God, and so I studied his word. Now I became wise in the words of Mickey. That's the extent of wisdom. Wisdom is just saying that you have a more intimate level of knowledge of what you think you understand. That's it. Sorry, nothing further. Wisdom for people who, let's just say politicians. We got a lot of wise politicians. Motherfuckers has been in there 45 and 60 years, but still can't do nothing to help their people. Are they wise, or are they just tenured? Remember what I said about a parasite. The parasite's main function is they are not safe within themselves, so they need to infect others. So get into Leo season, because that's what's going on, is the safety of yourself. Because I know me personally, if I was safe and secure within my system of belief, there would be no way I would be in somebody else's platform trying to convince them Just don't make sense. Holy shit, they colonized the whole fucking world with that. Because your infection was so infectious, but not efficient, that you need to infect and take the efficiency from everybody else. I don't know. Leo season. What's Leo season? The power plant. Ego. Your energy has been generated and operated on. EGO. Your energy has been generated. That means it's been taken from you. You know what a generator is? A power plant. And now it's being operated on. Somebody is telling you your story. Somebody lied to you. Somebody making you read their script. Leo season is going to lie to us even further because we're not ready. We're not ready to face the truth. Y'all watch me shuffle the cards. It's that change. Y'all watch me shuffle these fucking cards. It's that damn change. I'm going to shuffle them again just in case, but I know I did. So, red and yellow, black and white, they are precious in his sight. Thank you. Hey, what's going on? So, okay, Leo season, just the Leo season is going to be about change. But remember, I'm telling you, you're the power plant. What do you do with a device when it starts to get low on energy? You change the batteries. How do you change the batteries? Is you adjust their strength. You make them plug in even more. Remember I told you a few minutes ago about, like, even in current politics, the orange carrot is disavowing his own following because he knows he's going to have more to come take their place. I don't even want their support anymore because I'm going to trick the rest of them into follow me anyway. That's basically what he said. That is, it's time to change platforms. Why? Because I still need more energy. July, July, and August, so named after our emperor, Augustus. That shit gonna rule over you. But what is it gonna rule over you in the format of trying to show you what change is allowed? So, from there, we're going to go, we'll stay straight with it because this is a mental trick. And especially being that 718 pulled out the mind card first, we're going to stay stuck. I'm going to show you the potential perspective of what happens if we stay stuck. July, the fixed fire is going to enter into the cardinal fire, Aries. Aries, burn bright, quickly programmable, quickly triggered. Why? By Leo, it's fixed. It can't make any changes. It's fixed. It's sterile. You understand that? If fixed in our common day, like when you fix your dog, they no longer can reproduce, but they can still stay available for usage. Leo's energy is fixed. It is already plugged into the device. I just might have to switch out the batteries. Why and how? By triggering the Aries function. If you're new to me, I tell you, you are all signs. The signs are merely a story of us in separation as we learn to remember to stop playing apart. Apart as in apart and apart as in not together. So the first format for Leo is going to affect Aries. The dice in reverse. Gamble. The most resistant sign to change is an Aries. If you want to understand the astrology, that one sign that don't like change, Aries. Hi, I was born an Aries. I ain't changing shit. I got things the way that I have things. Oh, it sure is. It sure is. Happy solar return, Jen. Happy solar return. I appreciate it. Enjoy your day. Don't send me nothing. TikTok ain't gonna pay me but 5 cents. Happy solar return. Enjoy your day. So, gamble in reverse. Aries. Remember, I'm telling you, the Aries don't want change. Remember, if I'm telling you that from the human standpoint that it is time for change, all you got to do is start out with the ones who won't embrace it. And that is the Aries function in the human mind. There is a human mapping system to where you can use the astrology sign, and Aries represents the mind. The mind is already on fire. Remember, I told you this was Munchausen by proxy? You already are in love with the abuse, and you're going to fight to save your abuser. I'm sorry, your master. I'm sorry, your Lord and Savior. I'm sorry, that invisible motherfucker that ain't gonna never come up. But you ain't gonna never let him go. Sorry. So, you ain't ready to make change because you don't want to take a gamble. And I'm sorry, my people, and I'm in my 50s. My generation that's before me, them motherfuckers can read everything they need to see and still not make a change. No, baby, because I've been doing this for all my life and I just don't want to be wrong. I'd rather take a chance on meeting God than to end up working for the devils. You mean you don't understand everything that's been shown to you and how everything has been used against you? Now you're going to use that which has been used against you against yourself? Yeah, baby, I'm just going to be safe where I'm at. But you ain't safe. You just don't understand. Trust ye not. Mind already gone. Remember today's reading? Phrenology. Mind already gone. The mind does not embrace anything that cannot give it certainty. What do you mean certainty? Belief. And now you be fallen. Why? Because it be a lie. You'll believe a lie that you've sold yourself as a truth because you can't get through anything else. Why? Because your mind is afraid of change. So the Aries function is, I can't take a gamble and I'll kill anybody else that will. Which means you're stuck. You're in the Taurus function. This Leo and Aries says you don't want to make change because it's too much of a gamble. This Leo function in Taurus says you don't want to make a change because of the interpretations. Because of the interpretations. Palmistry, the signs, interpretations, the way I read everything and the way I've been taught, I believe in it. So now you be falling. You be falling for every trick that is in correlation to whatever lie is now the strongest truth. Ruh-roh, Raggy, strike that. Nope, Yana said don't strike that. Repeat that. You be falling for whatever lie is now the strongest truth. So much to the point to where the youngest lie is now the oldest lie. Living as a truth. The baby religions have now been pushed back to appear older than things that have been here since before what you motherfuckers call civilization. I'm sorry. So you stuck. The Taurus function is you want change, but you too busy paying attention to what's been interpreted. Which means now you're going to run into the Gemini function. You don't want change, but you now embrace fear. I'm going to stay right here, but I want to look. And that's what this young spirit here is doing. I'm going to stay right here in my belief, but I want to look at what others are doing just in case I find something to move me. Groundhog's Day. Spiritual Groundhog's Day. Because again, as I said earlier, if you were so secure in your belief, you wouldn't be in here. But I understand my function as the reflection of all things. You need a me. So you don't want change because your soul is scared of it, but your motherfucking mind and body is crying to be free. Oops. The dowsing rods in reverse. The seeker. I ain't looking. I ain't looking. You don't want change and you don't want to be seen as seeking it. You just hope it finds you. This is the equivalent of the insurrections and revolts from the 1600s down here in the South. It was where it was a lot of people wanting to get off of the plantation and go down to Florida because the Spanish had sent ships and said that if you can make it to Florida, we'll get you out of here and you'll no longer have to be a slave. Some of them on the plantation were so scared that they wouldn't make it, and they were scared that they was going to have to struggle more out there than they would in the plantation, that they told on everybody else. Had a chance to be free, but the fear of being free made them love being enslaved. The fear of being free from that which is enslaving you will make you choose what's enslaving you, because fear, that change, is too great. So you'll separate yourself, which means you're going to become your own cancer. You're going to become your own cancer. Remember, I'm telling you, cancer is a sickness. It's not just a crab. But you're going to eat the dead. You're going to eat dead doctrine trying to find a way to give it life. Why? Because you want change, and so you're going to try and find change, which in that, you're going to try and find change within that which has already changed you. So Leo in Cancer, the Leo energy in Cancer, psychometry, sensitivity. When you're doing like a mediumship course, when you're doing psychometry, is you touch an object and you get an imprint off the energy. And it, you know, if you're sensitive enough, it'll tell you a story. Sensitivity, psychometry. I'm next to an object, and ooh, that object has moved my soul, and now I'm scared and all this other stuff. Thank you, babe. So with this in Cancer is I'm only sensitive to stuff that is moving me. And anything that does not move me, I want to stay away from. Remember, I just told you the Gemini function was you want change so much, but you fear what it's going to cost, that you stay where change is needed. You become more sensitive to protecting that which you need to run from. Trauma subscription, something I told you about earlier, muscle memory. You become more protective to protecting that which is harming you, that you'll never give yourself a chance to be free. You'll never give yourself a chance to heal because you've invested in healing within that which has already harmed you. Psychometry. You get a better imprint off of what you're already connected to that has authentically stolen the connection from yourself. It's sad. It really is. But it'll take you Leo into Leo. For this Leo season, those people who are born under that Leo sign with a major energy trying to tell them to figure out what change really is, those that carry that Leo, I was born at 7:22 at 8:15 a.m., that bullshit. The clouds in reverse, mystical, still waiting for a sign. You understand that? Still waiting for a sign. That is, I'm looking up for something to come give me an answer. The whole answer was change was already here. You didn't embrace it. The whole answer is Leo in Leo season. The answers were already there, but if you waiting on some form of fucking mystical gift to pop up, remember what I told you in the earlier part of that reading, when you stand in the sand, you ain't gonna see but fucking two footprints. Your left and your motherfucking right. When you stand up on your own 2 feet, it really is just 2 feet. You can sell your energy to anything else behind that, but that initial left-right step belongs to you. So while you out here mystifying and mysticizing everything else, I'm chosen, I'm an Anunnaki, and I was born from the dragons and all this other bullshit. When you out here shitting on yourself, concocting a story on how to become you by becoming them, ego, your energy has already been generated and you're now operating within that which has already operated on you. Why wait? You're already here. We're just not all ready. We are already here. We're just not all ready. It's all good. So the Leo and Leo, you too busy waiting on the mysticisms of life to show you a different answer when it already showed you everything you need to see. You just ain't ready to do nothing for yourself. Spiritually lazy. So from that point right there in Leo, you're going to step over to Virgo. This part right here, Leo on a Virgo, where I tell you Virgo is Bambi, they're caught in a loop because they become more responsive to the traumas that they've been through, and they try and stay out of the traumas they've been through by taking every step with them while watching the traumas that they've been through. So then they get caught in a loop, because until you break free of the traumas or until you let the traumas go, the traumas keep a hold on you. So this Virgo season, this Leo season is going to be particularly heavy on a lot of Virgos. And I'm not wishing it on you, but this is a motherfucking choice. This is just a perspective. You got to let your life tell your tale. But this Virgo energy is going to show where you want change by, on some levels, wanting validation. I'm not going to use vindication. You're going to want validation from that which you think changed you. I'm the way I am now because, dirty word. Same thing like I posted the other day. Maybe your final healing is to tell them to fuck off. Then that means they still got your energy. If you still need to tell somebody from your past what they did to you so that you can be safe now, and y'all kill me with this one too. I learned to nurture my inner child. Motherfucker, who are you then? You are your inner child. No, I had to sit and talk with them. Holy shit, motherfucker, you in psychosis then. If you just had a conversation with another part of yourself and I said to myself, huh, and self said, huh, but it sound good though, don't it? You use that which got you in separation as that which is going to get you in wholeness. Slap yourself. Virgo, Leo, you done gave all your power to the same shit that's got you pulled apart and running in cycles. Holy shit. Looking in the motherfucking window. Orthromancy, the omen, waiting on a sign. See, Leo was waiting on a higher level sign, the mysticism of life. See, I'm waiting on something from God to tell me everything I need to know. See, the ancestors going to come through for me. The Anunnaki will be back next week. All kind of bullshit. Virgo was, well, I'm going to sit and look in the window and trace all my steps. Everything I just got through saying. Everywhere I went through, and I'm just going to make sure I don't see it again by keeping an eye on it. Huh? Your question was, what if you reference an event because that event woke you up? There's nothing wrong with referencing an event, but how much energy do you give the event? And can you honor the perspective that that which woke you up might be something that only puts you further to sleep? You understand that? Sometimes what people call woke is really just a deeper level of their psychosis because they hit a trigger point. You had a significant experience in your journey that only took you to another part of your journey, but it might not have gave you release. That is where you see people, well, I'm tired of being a Christian, and then I'm going to go buy some crystals, and, oh, girl, it was a spirit in my room last night, so I'm going to be a Christian again. You had a significant event that set you free, but it only drove you right back into motherfucking enslavement. That's a common thing. Oh, girl, I cast a spell. Ooh, that person got real sick real quick. That's the devil. The fuck? Huh? So you looking in that window? Well, first of all, when you look in the window, you have to make sure that your reflection is clear. Because if you're looking in that window and you're waiting to see what's going to get you free, you didn't realize you was enslaved. Same thing I just said in a different variation. You just went further into your own psychosis. Because if I had a significant event, which I'm going to say, I had a significant event that happened to me initially in 2013 and then majorly traumatically again in 2019, that basically both of them verify, holy shit, it's only you. It's only me. Everything else is just fragmentation. Everything else is just me. And I don't mean me as in Tony. I'm saying me as in an energy source. Everything is me as an energy source using an identity to value an experience. So until I can realize how to stop valuing the experiences of myself in separation, I'm going to keep on pulling myself apart. I'm going to keep on looking into the windows, fragmentation, the phantom zone for my Superman fans. I'm trapped in the phantom zone, just caught in my own reflection. Caught in my own reflection, waiting on the right reflection to set me free. Hey, motherfucker, all of us are trapped. Sorry, all of us are trapped. You just got to remember that this is a trap. Set yourself free. That's the Virgo function. But what do? We want to establish balance. Keep telling y'all, balance is the denotation of separation. Balance is a positioning between at least 2 points. There is only one. So this Leo says where you need to change that perspective of balance and understand that balance really should be wholeness. I don't invest in that because see, I love hard. And that one time when I was in the 9th grade and my mama spanked me, that it hurt. So I'm going to establish balance with that because I need to heal my inner child. You got too much glamorization for what you perceive yourself to go through that you don't want change. You just want ROI, return on the invested energy. This Libra, under this Leo season right here, is only going to want return on what it already invested in. Oops. The candle in reverse, illumination. I just want my light back. Holy shit, reclamation. Illumination. I just want all my light back, and I want people to see me for who I am and for what they did to me. Muscle memory. Traumatic response. You want your traumas that stole your light to be at balance for where you set yourself free. What's their design? Steal your light. What's your design? Set yourself free. But I'm going to balance them. You do know what I'm designed to do, right? Vote. You know I'm going to govern you, right? Yeah, vote. They going to set us free. No, we're going to take all your money, and we're going to rape you, and we're going to probably kidnap your children anyway. But vote. Somebody will stop them. But it's your job to change it. Vote. So you establish balance with that, which is designed to keep your ass off balance and then wonder why you can't get free. Libra. This planet is Libra than a motherfucker. Why? Because it hasn't learned its death energy. It hasn't learned its Scorpio function. Scorpio, vindication, and in the higher scheme of basic astrology, you have Scorpio and you have Capricorn, power components. Scorpio, get in my way and I'm going to tear it up. Capricorn, oh, I see what's in my way. Let me outthink it. Scorpio is brutish. When America used to be worth something, young American energy. America was a bully. America still is a bully, but America used to be a bully. Real big bully. To the point to where other countries would easily goad us into protecting them and then trick us into thinking it was because it was our best interest. Well, defend your country. Hey, they ain't saying shit to us. Shh. Blow up a ship and make them think that they did something to them. Oh, okay. You mess with America. Next thing you know, we at war. Or we over there invading somebody's territory. Them motherfuckers ain't done shit to us. Why? Because we were bullied, but we were gullible. Because we were power hungry. Scorpio energy. It's kind of like what you're seeing now. You almost saw it a few weeks ago. So you want change, but all you got to do is change who can actually give you the change. If you can stop the people that can actually produce change from wanting change, you won't get change. So Leo under the Scorpio function. Why? Because the only thing they understand is death. Scorpio is the death god or goddess. All they understand is power and abrupt energy, power and destruction. So the only thing these motherfuckers respond to is the destruction that they've already helped create. The pendulum in reverse, decision. Think about it. You use a pendulum, for those of us with occult training, you use a pendulum to discern or to gauge energy or to locate. But if somebody has already taken your ability to discern, gauge power, or locate away from you, is it really your decision? If you were here about 45 minutes ago, and I'm going to hurry up before they end my timer, remember I said if the first steps in your direction are not determined by you, you're already enslaved? This is that Scorpio energy right here. You're a pendulum, but you're taking guidance. When most people don't know that if you're a pendulum user, it is an neuroelectric response to your own thoughts. You can tell the pendulum what the answer is before you even ask it. If you're strong enough of mind, you can already know what you want the answer to be, and the pendulum will fucking acquiesce. Why? Because it's responding to the electrical recesses within your hand, which are responding to the nerve endings in your mind. Girl, pendulum said he cheating. That motherfucker at work. Pendulum said cheating. No, your trauma said he cheating. Now the pendulum just fucking confirmed it. Now that motherfucker innocent, but you about to ride him through hell. Why? Abrupt energy and no understanding. The pendulum says yes, Axel's getting fired. See? No discernment for self. So from there, you have no discernment of self and that Scorpio energy. Why? Because you're the hidden one, Ophiuchus. You're hid from what you're supposed to know. What you're supposed to know, change. But I'm hiding from change because I want somebody else to give it to me. So the Ophiuchian function, which Ophiuchus comes between Scorpio and Sagittarius, is I just want somebody else to do it because I'm scared to do it for myself. The black cat in reverse. Good luck. Think about that. The black cat is demonized. I don't see it as good luck. You could have every sign in your favor presented for you, showing you now's the time, and you'll find a way to demonize it. That ain't what that mean. See, they had said back in Mark 3 and 2 and all this other bullshit. You'll find a way to use what's got you enslaved as how not to get free. They've already shown you everything you need to see. Hey, that black cat. Hey, watch nature. Watch these animals. Listen to the animals. Look at the animals. Motherfucker sitting there, meow, stupid motherfucker, meow. And you're like, ooh, no, that's the devil's babies. Meow. Cat ain't done a goddamn thing to you, and now you running away from the cat because your fear, Munchausen by proxy, Stockholm Syndrome, your fear will make you love what's got you enslaved more than anything else that might present change. So you'll take what's already been demonized and you'll keep it that same way so that you feel protected while still needing to be free. Why? Sagittarius. What was this about? Keeping you looking for yourself while making it not safe to be you. Take your time with that one. Leo, it's time for change. Sagittarius, well, I'm going to go on a journey, 7 energy. I'm going to go on a journey and figure out how to be me without all the conditions. But I need to include everything that gave me a condition so I can make sure that the conditions are proper. Make that fucking make sense. You're going to use what I already told you that you can't use anything except for what I told you to use to try and find something else to use. So now you're going on a search party for yourself, but you don't know who the fuck you are. Oop, crystals and healing. You're going to use the tools that have already been given to you for healing. Think about what I just said. This ain't no disrespect to the crystals. This is, like I just said, you are going to use what's already been given to you as a tool for change that don't give you change to try and find change. Why? Because I believe that's where my healing's at. As a gemstone therapist, crystals have their own energetic signature. Marked, tried, true. Science will even tell you that. Hell, look in your fucking watch, look in your TV, look in almost any form of technology. You might want to do some research. Because there's a damn crystal or gemstone that's over there in the motherfucking Congo that's getting motherfuckers killed. Why? Because that shit's worth trillions. Forgot the name of it, but it's used in almost all electronic devices. And these rich motherfuckers know it, and so they over there fighting and trying to destabilize that area and calling them savage and brutal and all that other stuff. Why? Because they want the rights to their minds worth trillions of dollars just for that one type of crystal. That one type of crystals power everything that you're using right fucking now. What up? So they'll tell you what to use to get your healing, what you can use on your journey, only they've already placed what they want you to use on your journey so that you'll never make it to the end. Huh? Make it make sense. You can't, but you'll try. Why? Because you'll burn yourself trying to become you when the you that you're becoming is only the you that they authorize. Looking in Mark 2 and 3, and the word of God has said, once he sends down the 7 seals of hell where you are already existing for, and then the white horseman is going to come out and do the motherfucking prep, and everything's going to get better. Idiocracy. Written in 534 AD. No. It was the word of God. Well, it says right here it was written in 1300. Well, that was another author. Shh, it's the word of God. Shh, shut up. Using that which got you fucked up as what's going to get you free. Idiocracy. So you on a search party trying to find yourself, but you don't know who you are. But you just trying to find a way to rule over what you've been left with. Capricorn. You in cell block D and you want to be the boss. But ain't you in prison? Yeah, but I'm at least make this motherfucker nice. So you just want to rule over what already got you changed? You want to rule over what already got you changed because you realize you can't change it. You just want a bigger position. My house essay. So Leo and Capricorn. Prayers in reverse. The smoke. Do I even need to do that one? Really? The prayers in reverse. I just want to work for that which is working me. Because see, if I'm in a higher position of prayer, if I'm running cell block D for who's already running me, at least I got people under me as I stay under what's over me. You don't want to be free. You just want to be an overseer. You just want to think that you have enough wisdom to tell people how to stay enslaved because your enslavement is no longer enslavement. But you don't want change because freedom was never part of the fucking equation. Remember I told you there was Scorpio in the sense of power, and then there was Capricorn in the sense of power. This is that motherfucker that is going to try and outthink its situation. This is motherfucking Steven from the Django. Who that on that name? I said, boss. Who that on that name? Yeah, boss, come on in here. See, he knows that woman just as comfortable as he can be being a slave while abusing the other ones. Yep, I'm down to my last 5 minutes, so let me hurry up. Well, I got 2 cards left anyway. So that was Capricorn, is you don't want no smoke. So you just want to be within the chain of prayers. I'm an apostle. So from there, you go into Aquarius. I'm an apostle. I want to be in the system, but separate from everybody else. The overseer. Aquarius is like to separate themselves from what's going on so that they can at least see what's going on, but what's going on still traumatize them nonetheless. Traumatized as fucked. So the Aquarian energy under this Leo is I'm traumatized. I at least want to see where the trauma coming from so I can keep my eye on it. The flowers in reverse. Fickle. I want to keep my eye on it. Fickle energy. Shit not worth my time. Man, that shit's fickle as fuck. I want to see who ain't worth messing with so I can separate myself into a better position, or who ain't worth messing with even though I'm being messed with nonetheless. No fucking safety. No safety. No safety in their mind, no safety in their motherfucking soul, because they've already processed separation as the safest thing to have, so they just want things that won't change the motherfucking terms and conditions. Who that nigga on that name? Boss? Wait a minute. Pisces, the last sign. You are in separation. Yeah, but at least I'm keeping wet. You right, you wet up. Leo in Pisces, where it's just going to keep you going against yourself, but at least I know who I work for. What was the first card? Phrenology. What was the last card? Phrenology. Certainty. Who that on that name? See, I knows my place, and I knows where I get to sleep at night, and I'd be damned if you come here and change the conditions of my enslavement, because my enslavement ain't enslavement at all. I don't want change. I just want you to get away from me, says the human. We don't want change. We just want what will not stoke up our fear to not be so great. For it was written, and kiss my ass, 1, 2. Gots to go. Oldness. Leo season. Buckle the fuck up. The July ain't over.